What's up, Keep Pounding crew? Back today with another video. Keep pounding. Today's video is a preview for the Panthers versus Falcons matchup this week. If you like the video, if you like the channel, if you like the streams, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. Also, happy Halloween to everybody watching this before Sunday. If you can't be on stream, have a happy and safe Halloween. That being said, let's get into it. So, the Atlanta Falcons have two injuries listed on the report, and it's A.J. Terrell, who had a concussion, who we will likely see play. He had two full practices on Thursday and Friday, so we'll probably see him play. The other corner that they had listed is Avery Williams, and he was full practice all week. So the Falcons will be fully playing all their starters against us this Sunday. What does that mean for us? Well, that means we got to be on guard for certain players on their depth chart. Most specifically, Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan, as always, and of course, you're going to also deal with Kyle Pitts now, who is a new draft pick for the Falcons. I'm not too worried about Mike Davis. I think that's not a concern to us, but he could always break a few on us, so we got to be careful. Now, defensively, we have to watch out for, as I mentioned, A.J. Terrell. He's a Clemson standout. Grady Jarrett is a Clemson standout as well. These guys are monsters. Dante Fowler Jr. is pretty good too. But overall, the Falcons secondary is trash. So we ought to be able to throw some deep ball attempts on him and maybe get something. The problem is Sam can't throw deep. So how do we alleviate that? Well, Joe, that's up to you. Throw in some deep ball attempts. Let's see if we can alleviate that. And don't just throw it to Robbie Anderson. We need DJ Moore involved in those. The problem with that is we're going to have probably Fabian on him. And Fabian is a beast. So, this is going to be really interesting to see what happens here. That being said, Panthers injuries this week are C.J. Henderson, who is questionable. Shaq is questionable. He may be coming back. Terrace Marshall Jr. is on the concussion protocol. Giovanni Ricci's on the concussion protocol. Irving has a neck injury, but he had full practice this week. Damian Nixon is the new one with a knee injury. Daryl Johnson with a hamstring. Trent Scott with a finger. Matt Paradis with a back injury. So that is what we're dealing with right now. As far as transactions, we just signed, I believe, a wide receiver, Willie Snead, who was a former Oakland Raider. We also signed a running back recently this week as well. Miles Hartfield is designated to return from the IR. And punter Ryan Winslow was signed to the active roster. Brendan Zylstra is placed on the IR. Now, how does that change our approach against the Falcons? The running back that I mentioned was Amir Abdullah. So, at this point, after losing to the Giants, this is a developmental part of our schedule for the rest of the year. We have no chance of making the playoffs with 9 wins, even if we do get 9 wins. It's just not possible. So, developmental time. How do we prepare for 2022? We discussed quarterback options during the stream. If you missed that, go check that out. The VODs are up. There's also draft picks that we could prepare for as well. We have the first round, fourth round, another fourth round, 2 fifths, and 2 sixths at the moment. So, and a 7. So, how do we approach that? We'll see. I think we should play for picks. I'm not going to actively say the T word right now, but I think it's necessary. We're not making the playoffs, so we might as well. It's tank time. I think what is the best way to prepare for 2022? Keep as many of these defensive players as we could possibly keep. Make some moves before the deadline. Let's see what we can get. I think, let's throw CJ Henderson into some of these trades. We got Robbie who could be involved in some of these trades. We got a few players that could be. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for anything with Scott Fitterer. He's trying to make this team better in any way he possibly can and keep the cap room to where it is manageable. So, that being said, I think it's time we start looking at who should be the new offensive coordinator for the Panthers, because I don't think Joe Brady is going to last through the rest of the year. And I'm looking at Cam Turner, the quarterback's coach that previously worked with us before, who is now in Arizona as a quarterback's coach. This guy has moved up the chains every single year and done something every single year. Does that sound familiar to all the people that were looking for a GM about 6 months ago? Scott Fitterer had the same experience in Seattle. And Cam Turner has an excellent resume of working with Cam Newton, and he's working with Kyler Murray right now, and you've seen the result of that. So, if this guy ever lands on the coaching radar of offensive coordinator radar, we need to go straight after him. Don't hesitate. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just go after him. Don't wait. Just go, man. Because this dude will not be on the radar for very long, and we need to make sure we get our guy. I will make that strong push for him as soon as his name pops up. I'll be on social media pages. You'll see it everywhere. And so will my followers and subscribers. So, I encourage all of y'all to speak up when the time comes. If you see his name drop on the radar, you'll see a post from me on Facebook telling you, go, make his name known throughout the entire Panthers fan base, everywhere, groups everywhere. So that is what's going to happen this week. I think defensively, if you guys want to make an effort and really develop yourselves, I say I am all on board with you. Knowing that we're not going to win, just play your hearts out, man. Just play the best game that you could play. Some of you are trying to stay on the team. Some of you are trying to make sure that you don't get traded. Some of you are trying to make sure you don't get cut. You know, that being said, play your hearts out, man. Because if your name is up for one of those spots right there, you're the ones that we need to look at and make sure that we either retain you or we know what you could do versus what you can't do, and we could toss you at the end of the year in favor of somebody better. So hopefully, we're hoping for the first one, from these players. So go out there, show what you can do, and you know, prove to all of us that you really, really do want to stay here, and you think there's a future in Carolina for you. That being said, we know the offense is going to choke. We know that's already going to happen. So defense, just do what you can. And we'll just get through the rest of this season and try to survive. I don't think we're going to be able to try to lose on purpose. We're just going to lose anyway. That's where my heart's at right now. That's where a lot of Panthers fans' opinions are right now. If we have trouble against the Giants, I don't think we're going to correct this. But with all due respect to Brian Burns, man, I know how hard you've been playing this year. I respect it. I love you, dude. But I don't feel that we can correct the ship this year. So let's just prepare for 2022, man. And I really, really do want you here in Carolina, man. But it is what it is at the end of the year when it comes to cap room and contracts and whatnot like that, You do what you could do to keep the best players around. And if you can't, it is what it is, That being said, go out there, stay hungry, be goal-oriented, and let's just try to go out there and have a great time, guys. For the Panthers fans out there, stay strong, man. We'll get to 2022. Be patient. Because I feel like 2022, once we start building this team back up again, we may have something that we could work with to be competitive. We'll see. Whatever it is we end up with is what it is, but we're going to try our hardest. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hope you guys have a happy and safe Halloween, and I will see you guys in the next video. Keep pounding.